Hello students, we were doing sums of exercise 5.1. So in today I have written question number 26. We will start from here. In this question from 26 onwards question in 4-5 coming questions, you have been given one function and it is already given that this function is continuous and you are to find out this value of this k. K is a variable and you are to find out it. If the function is given continuous, then how we will find it? First of all, let us visualize it. Critical point is pi by 2. Add pi by 2. If x is pi by 2, the answer is the function is 3. And in this interval, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, when x is not pi by 2, means this interval and in this interval. In this interval, x is not equal to pi by 2, either it is less than pi by 2 or it is more than pi by 2. In that case, your function is given k cos x upon pi minus 2x and this is k cos x upon pi minus 2x. Now it has been given the function is continuous. So we will find out left hand limit, then right hand limit, and then we will find out f of pi by 2 and we will show that all these, it is given that all these are equal and ultimately we would be able to find out the value of k. Let us start. So first of all, f of pi by 2, it is already given to us, that is 3. Now left hand limit. In left hand limit means minus h we will take here. Okay. So we can write it directly also, that limit h tends to 0, and you can replace this x की जगह आप छोड़ दीजिए and this is pi minus 2, x की जगह छोड़ दीजिए और उसकी जगह क्या लिखेंगे pi by 2 minus h, pi by 2 minus h, this is pi by 2 minus h. Now we'll open it. Limit h tends to 0, cos pi by 2 minus theta, what it would become? Cos pi by 2 minus theta is sin theta, so it would become sin h here upon pi minus, when 2 will be multiplied here, minus 2 will be multiplied here with pi by 2, it would become pi, and then minus 2 multiplied with minus h, this is plus 2h. This is cancelled, so it would become limit h tends to 0, k upon 2, this sin h upon h, sin h upon h. When h is tending to 0, this angle is tending to 0 and the same angle is here. In the case of sine function, then it becomes 1. So that's why it would become k by 2 into 1, that is k by 2. Now, you know that left hand limit is equal to f of pi by 2. So k by 2 is equal to 3. Therefore, it becomes k is equal to 6. But if this question comes for 4 marks, then it would be considered incomplete if you leave it here. We would find out right hand limit also. Right hand limit means limit x tends to right side of pi by 2, means pi by 2 plus. Now we'll plus h. We will add something to pi by 2 to move to the right hand side of pi by 2. Limit h tends to 0. So again we will write down this k cos pi, leave the place of x, wherever it is x, leave that vacant and then you fill with pi by 2 plus h. Fill it with pi by 2 plus h, pi by 2 plus h. Now students, limit h tends to 0, k cos pi by 2 minus theta, cos pi by 2 minus theta, it goes to the second quadrant and in the second quadrant cos is negative and pi by 2 cos pi by 2 plus theta वैसे तो sin होना चाहिए, लेकिन ये it is coming, this cos is coming in the second quadrant, that's why it's a negative. And here it would become, if you simplify this, would be minus 2h. So it would become limit h tends to 0, minus will be cancelled with minus, k sin h upon 2h, and as we have done it here, it will also become k by 2. Sin h by h is 1, so k by 2. Fair? Students, each and means if you write whatever the step you are writing, each and every step, writing of each and every step carries some marks. Now in this step, if we write, that also carries marks in board exams. Means it is given that function is continuous at x is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to f of pi by 2. It would also carry marks. Now, left hand limit is k by 2, right hand limit is k by 2 and f of pi by 2 is given 3 2. We have found it, that is 3. So, both of these are same. So, we will take k by 2 is equal to 3, then it becomes k is equal to 6. Now, to question number 27 yourself, that is very easy. I have written question number 28 here. Again in this question, this function is given that it is continuous at pi, at x is equal to pi, and you are to find the value of this k. Let us visualize it on the number line. This is minus infinity, plus infinity, critical point is pi, and equal to pi per. Equal to pi per, you have been given this function is k x plus 1, and when it is less than pi also, the function is same kx plus 1, and to the right side of pi, it is cos x. It is cos x given to you. Okay. So now, first of all, we will take f of pi. F of pi means k x की जगह, because pi पर आपका function है ये. So k into pi plus 1, so it means k pi plus 1. Okay. K pi plus 1. K pi plus 1. Now left hand limit. Left hand limit, again the function is same. So we can write it directly. Limit x tends to pi minus fx is equal to, इसमें minus h करना है, इधर जाएंगे तो plus h करेंगे. So that is equal to limit h tends to 0, k, leave the place of x vacant. Now fill it with pi minus h. Pi minus h. Now put the value of h, that is limit h. H is 0, then again it becomes k pi plus 1. Now right hand limit. Right hand limit, limit x tends to pi plus fx is equal to, because here it is pi plus, limit h tends to 0. Write down this function cos, this is leave the place of x vacant, and what is x? Pi plus h. Pi plus h. Now cos pi plus theta. What is the value of the cos pi plus theta? Because here it is pi, so function will remain same, cos h. But now pi plus h. Pi means you are here, and if you add something to this, you are coming to this third quadrant. And in third quadrant cos is negative, so it would be minus cos h. Now limit is h is tending to 0. When you put this limit, when you apply this limit, then cos 0 is 1. So it will become minus 1 cos h. So it will be minus cos h is 0, 0 cos 0, that is 1. So this is minus 1. It will become minus 1. Then write down, since function is given continuous at x is equal to pi, therefore left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to f of pi. Left hand limit is k pi plus 1 and right hand limit is 1. This is k pi plus 1. Both of these are same. You can take either of these. So we are taking this k pi plus 1 is equal to, this is minus 1. This is minus 1. So k pi is equal to minus 2. Pi k is equal to minus 2 by pi. This is your value of the k. And this is now question number 31, in which you are to check whether the function defined by fx is equal to, you are to show that this function fx is equal to cos of x square is a continuous function. In this question, first of all, you need to check this is a composite function. Composite function means one function is applied on the other function. How it is? Like if I take, first of all, if I read it, then I will read it cos of x square या फिर cos of square of x भी we can say it. तो cos of x square, if I divide it into two, this composition function of these two functions, cos of x square, then take fx is already given, so we take this as g and this is h function. Okay, so let gx is equal to cos, and write down cos x. Don't write only cos, write down it cos x, because I am taking g of x, so it will become cos of x. And now hx, and hx is equal to this function. This is x square. Now if I write this fx, then fx is equal to cos of x square. So cos of x square means g of h. It is g cos of, means g is operating on h. G is operating on h. It is okay. So this is g of h, and we know in the algebra of trigonometric function, I had explained it to you. If there are two functions which are continuous functions on the given interval or on the given point or on the number line or on all real numbers, then that function will be continuous, means the composite of those two functions will also be continuous. अब अगर हमें पता है cos x, we know it that cos function is cos x function, this is continuous for all real numbers. Cos x is continuous for all x belongs to real numbers. It is continuous for all real numbers. And x square, this is a polynomial function. It is a polynomial function. Therefore it is also continuous for all real numbers. For all, this is for all x belongs to R. For all x belongs to R, this is also continuous, and this is also continuous. And therefore, now this function cos of x square, which is a composite function, because one function as it is being applied on the other function is also continuous for all real numbers. This implies fx is a composite function of two continuous functions for all real numbers. This implies fx is also a continuous function. Reason, because composite function of two continuous functions is also a continuous function. Hanji, you are to show that this function mod of cos x, fx क्या है? Mod of cos x. We read it like this now. Whenever this of comes, it means this function is the composite function, and we'll do in the same manner as we did our last question. In this is fx is already, so it is g function, this is h function. So we'll write down gx. Gx is equal to mod, it is written mod, so we'll take mod of x. It is modulus function which is continuous for all real numbers, we know that. And now hx is equal to cos x. It is also continuous for all real numbers. And our fx is equal to, we can say it is already given, it's mod of cos x, and it can be written as g operating on h. So it is g of hx. Therefore fx is composite function of gx and hx. which are gx which are continuous for all real numbers. Therefore this implies fx is also continuous function because by the algebra of continuity we know that composite function of two continuous functions is also continuous function. क्वेश्चन नंबर 33, इसमें भी यही है, शो द फंक्शन डिफाइंड बाय fx इज इक्वल टू, इसको कैसे रीड करेंगे, साइन ऑफ मॉड x. तो इसमें साइन के बाद ऑफ मॉड x है, तो अब इसमें ये हो गया g एंड ये हो गया h. तो gx क्या हो गया, दैट इज साइन x विच इज continuous for all x belongs to R. Then hx is mod x which is also continuous for all x belongs to R. As you know that modulus function is continuous for all real numbers, and therefore your fx क्या बन गया, g of hx. तो साइन ऑफ मॉड x भी क्या बन गया, दैट इज इक्वल टू g of hx. तो fx इज कॉम्पोजिट, सो fx क्या हो गया, fx इज composition of gx and hx function, and both of which are continuous for all real numbers, because fx is the composition of these two continuous functions. So fx is also continuous function because by the algebra of continuity, composition of two continuous functions gives us a function which is also continuous. हाँ जी, question 22 was left in between, and in that question you are to discuss the continuity of these functions. किन की continuity discuss करनी है, cosine function, then cosecant function, then secant and cotangent function. Discuss the continuity of these functions. So I am taking one by one. पहले cos function ले रहे हैं, पहले हम ले रहे हैं first part cos function. This is cos x. So fx is equal to cos x means f. देखो हमें जब ये बोला कि discuss its continuity, it means we are to check its, we are to show या we are to check its continuity at all the points on the real number line. But it is not possible because there are infinite points. So we can check its continuity at an arbitrary point on the real number line. हम कोई भी एक arbitrary real number ले रहे हैं, let a या c कुछ भी ले लीजिए, let a belongs to real numbers, b any arbitrary real number. हमने कोई एक रियल नंबर ले लिया, तो अब f of a क्या हो जाएगा, f of a cos a हो जाएगा उसमें. आप उसके बाद लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट मीन्स लिमिट x टेंड्स टू a माइनस fx इज इक्वल टू लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0 cos ऑफ क्या लिखेंगे, a माइनस h, ओके. सो नाउ इट वुड बिकम लिमिट, अब ये cos a minus h, cos a minus b formula we will apply here, cos x minus y, that is cos x cos y plus sin x sin y. So it would become limit h tends to 0 cos a cos h plus sin a sin h. So when you will apply this limit cos h. So cos a, cos h means cos 0. Cos 0 we know that is 1. Cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. तो जब लिमिट अप्लाई किया तो ये 0 बन गया, तो ये तो 0 हो गया, ये तो 0 हो गया आपके पास पूरा, है ना. तो दिस इज cos a plus 0 means cos a is this. And when you take right hand limit is limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to limit h tends to 0. And this is cos a plus h. Cos a plus h means it will be same, but plus sign will be replaced by negative. Cos a cos h minus sin a sin h. And when you apply the limit h, तो cos 0 is 1, so cos a into 1 और ये आपका 0 हो जाएगा. So again it is cos a, so left hand limit is cos a, right hand limit is also left hand limit is cos a, right hand limit is also cos a, and your f of a is also cos a. All these are same, therefore fx is equal to cos x is continuous for all a. It is continuous at x is equal to a. But we know that a is any arbitrary real number. It means if it is continuous for any arbitrary real number, it is continuous for all real numbers. Therefore fx is continuous for all real numbers. Now students, after this cosine, if we are to check it for the secant, in that case this will become secant of a, sec a हो जाएगा. अब we know that cos secant a, you will write down fx is equal to 1 upon this secant a, secant x का मतलब है 1 upon cos x. So you will do it like this, 1 upon हो जाएगा सब में, ठीक है. यहाँ पर भी so this is 1 upon, this is 1 upon, this is 1 upon cos a. 1 upon cos a means secant a हो गया. Same way 1 upon here also 1 upon cos a, that is secant a हो गया. अच्छा, एक चीज़ और that is very important. देखिए, अगर आपको secant की या cosecant की अगर आती continuity चेक करने के लिए, in that case it depends upon the weightage of mark, weightage of the question, कि उसकी कितनी weightage है, marks की कितनी weightage है. If this question comes only for 2 marks, secant, उस केस में क्या करना है, secant x is equal to 1 upon cos x, okay, and you will write down cos x. We know that it is continuous everywhere for all real numbers, and 1 we know that is a continuous function, that is a constant function. 1 is a constant function, it is also continuous for all real numbers, and secant x is a rational function of 2 continuous functions. Therefore it is continuous everywhere for all real numbers, because by the algebra of the continuity we know that rational number of 2 continuous functions is also continuous. But the condition is this कि आपको ये फंक्शन जहाँ ये 0 हो रहा है, ये डिनोमिनेटर 0 वो नहीं लेना है, क्योंकि वहाँ पर ये अनडिफाइंड है. अच्छा, अब कोसेकेंट x के लिए कैसे करेंगे, उसके लिए आप 1 अपॉन, अगर आपको कोसेकेंट x आता है तो 1 अपॉन साइन x करना है ना. 1 अपॉन साइन x का मतलब यहाँ 1 अपॉन साइन हो जाएगा, ये आपका कोसेकेंट a हो जाएगा. 1 अपॉन साइन, तो उसमें होता है साइन a cos b, साइन a cos b प्लस cos a sin b. तो in this case you know this is sin a cos b प्लस cos a, माइनस है तो माइनस ही रहेगा, लेफ्ट हैंड में माइनस है तो माइनस ही रहेगा. ओके, अब यहाँ cos a हो जाएगा and this is cos h. ओके, so this is sin a. हाँ, अब ये क्या हो गया, ये तो 0 हो गया, तो बचा क्या 1 अपॉन साइन ए. 1 अपॉन साइन ए क्या होता है, cos sec a. ऐसे ही आप राइट हैंड लिमिट में करेंगे, यहाँ cos की जगह साइन लगा दीजिए. साइन ए, अब यहाँ साइन ए हो जाएगा, साइन ए कॉस बी माइनस, अब ये प्लस है तो यहाँ प्लस आएगा, दिस इज कॉस ए साइन बी, और ये हो जाएगा आपका साइन ए कॉस जीरो, कॉस जीरो कितना होता है 1 होता है, माइनस साइन जीरो इज जीरो, साइन ए 1 अपॉन साइन ए आ गया, 1 अपॉन साइन ए का मतलब क्या हो गया कॉसेक ए हो गया ये। ओके, सो आपने देखा एफ ऑफ ए इज कॉसेक ए, लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट इज कॉसेक ए, राइट हैंड लिमिट इज कॉसेक ए, सो लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट इज इक्वल टू राइट हैंड लिमिट इज इक्वल टू एफ ए, फंक्शन एफ एक्स इज इक्वल टू दैट इज cosec a, cosec x is continuous at x is equal to a, therefore function is continuous for all real numbers. Now what is left? Cotangent is left, this is left, so we will do it for cotangent now. हाँ जी, now last part cot x के लिए करते हैं, तो एफ एक्स इज इक्वल टू कॉट एक्स, हम पहले एफ ऑफ इसमें अगर हम इसको देखो 2 मार्क्स के लिए वी आर डूइंग इट, तो एफ एक्स इज इक्वल टू साइन कॉस एक्स अपॉन साइन एक्स, और इसमें हमें पहले डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा कि वेयर एवर दिस साइन एक्स इज बिकमिंग जीरो, दिस फंक्शन इज नॉट डिफाइंड देयर। ओके, तो साइन एक्स कहाँ कहाँ जीरो होता है, पाई के मल्टीपल्स पर, तो हम लिखेंगे एक्स इज नॉट मल्टीपल ऑफ पाई। ओके, एक्स इज नॉट मल्टीपल ऑफ pi, we are to mention it because whenever it is becoming x is taking the value of the multiples of pi, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, there its value is 0 and the function will become undefined. Okay, so we will say now this is cos x upon sin x, cos x for 2 marks I am telling you, so fx is equal to gx upon hx, जैसे हमने कंपोजिट फंक्शन के लिए किया था बिल्कुल वैसे ही ये एक रैशनल फंक्शन के लिए कर रहे हैं, and gx is equal to cos x is continuous for all real numbers, and hx is equal to sin x is also continuous function for all x belongs to R. Therefore fx is equal to gx upon fx is equal to cos x upon sin x is equal to gx upon hx बन गया ये। It is rational, so this implies fx is a rational function of two continuous function, and by algebra of continuity, rational function of two continuous functions is also continuous function. If the same question comes for 4 marks, then how it is to be done? Look here, if this question comes for 4 marks, so this is f of, for arbitrary real numbers we will consider because we are not given the point where its continuity is to be checked, so let a belongs to R, means a is any arbitrary real number, so f of a is equal to cot a. Now left hand limit is equal to limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit x tends to 0, and this is cot of a minus h. Cot of a minus h, I can write it in the simplified form. This is cos of a minus h upon sin of a minus h, and I will write it like this, limit h tends to 0, cos a cos b plus sin a sin b upon, here it is sin a minus h, so this is sin a cos b minus h, to minus cos a sin b. Now we will apply the limit, put the value of the limit, that is 0, so cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. Again here in the denominator, sin a cos 0 is 1 and cos a sin 0 is 0, so it would be 0, so it is cos a plus 0 upon sin a minus 0. It is cos A upon sin A, that is cot A. So left hand limit is cot A. Similarly, in the same manner you will find out right hand limit. Here it will be cos A plus H. So here it will be cos A plus H upon sin A plus H, and you will apply, you will do it in the same manner, and again you will get the value of the right limit is also cot A. So complete it yourself. Hanji, this is the last question of this lecture, in which, and last question of this exercise 5.1 also. In this, find all the points of discontinuity. The function is this. If this question comes for 2 marks, then it will be done in a different manner. If it comes for 4 marks, then it will be done by using the lengthy method. अब इसमें if it comes for 2 marks, then how it is to be done? Fx is equal to mod of x minus mod of x plus 1. So it can be written as fx is equal to gx minus hx, and gx is equal to mod x. It is, being modulus function, it is continuous. Being modulus function, it is continuous for all real numbers. We know, I have already told you that all the modulus functions are continuous functions, and hx is equal to, that is also a modulus function. Being modulus function, it is also continuous for all real numbers. And we know that fx is equal to, that is modulus x minus modulus of x plus 1, that is equal to gx minus hx. Fx is what is this? Difference of two continuous function. This implies fx is difference of two continuous functions. Therefore, fx is also continuous function for all real numbers. For all real numbers. Because by algebra of continuity, difference of two continuous function is also a continuous function. हाँ जी स्टूडेंट्स, वो तो इजी था आपका 2 मार्क्स के लिए, लेकिन if it comes for 4 marks, 4 marker है ये, then how it is to be done? In that case, first of all, we will simplify this. इसमें आप देखिए, what is the critical point for this? X is equal to 0, और इसमें x plus 1 is equal to 0, यानी कि x is equal to minus 1. तो आपके पास 2 क्रिटिकल पॉइंट आ रहे हैं. क्या है? -1 एंड 0. तो हम ना इनको यहाँ पर लिख लेते हैं और डिफाइन कर लेते हैं. यहाँ पर लेफ्ट साइड में, इधर राइट साइड में कर लेते हैं. तो -1 एंड 0 ये क्रिटिकल पॉइंट है. ओके, अब हमारे पास इंटरवल बना -∞ to -1, -1 to 0, 0 to ∞. ओके, तो आप इस इंटरवल में, इन दिस इंटरवल, ये देखो, ये किसका क्रिटिकल पॉइंट है? पहले वो लिख लो फंक्शन. ये यहाँ पर हमने साइड में लिख लिया x plus 1 मॉडुलस का, और ये किसका क्रिटिकल पॉइंट था? mod x का. ओके, अब अगर आप इस इंटरवल में you are to the left of both of these, आप इसके भी लेफ्ट में, इसके भी लेफ्ट में, और आपको पता है मॉडुलस फंक्शन, मैंने ये पहले अपने लेक्चर्स में समझाया हुआ है कि किसी भी फंक्शन का जो मॉडुलस फंक्शन है, सपोज करो अगर इस एक x plus 1 है मॉडुलस फंक्शन, तो इसका क्रिटिकल पॉइंट -1 है. एंड व्हेन यू विल ओपन इट टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ दिस क्रिटिकल पॉइंट, तो जो भी ये है उसको नेगेटिव साइन लगा के ओपन करना है. एंड इफ यू ओपन इट टू द राइट साइड, देन पॉजिटिव लगा के इसको ओपन करना है. ओके, तो अब अगर हम यहाँ पर है इस इंटरवल में -∞ to -1, वी आर, इट मीन्स टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ बोथ ऑफ दीज, तो आप ये दोनों ही नेगेटिव खुलेंगे, यानी ये भी माइनस खुलेगा इस इंटरवल में, ये और ये भी, तो ये आएगा यहाँ पर, ये भी माइनस x, फिर माइनस, और ये भी माइनस ही ओपन होगा, -x plus 1 ऐसे. तो हम इस फंक्शन को वैसे ही लिखते हैं कि हमारे पास पहला इंटरवल कौन सा है? कौन सा इंटरवल है जी? -∞ to -1 इज लेफ्ट टू, दिस इज x इज लेस देन इक्वल टू -1 पर है. तो आपके पास फंक्शन क्या है? क्या है जी फंक्शन? -x, सिंप्लीफाई कर लीजिए, -x plus x plus 1, this is 1, this is 1. ओके, अब आ जाइए राइट हैंड साइड में, इसके x plus 1 यहाँ पर इधर अब आप इसके राइट में हैं, इसके राइट में है तो ये तो पॉजिटिव खुलेगा, लेकिन इस वाले मॉडुलस फंक्शन क्या लेफ्ट में, इसलिए इसको माइनस में खोलना और इसको प्लस में, क्योंकि इसका तो राइट साइड है लेकिन इसका लेफ्ट साइड है। तो आप यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर इस फंक्शन को कैसे खोलेंगे, यहाँ पर देखते हैं ये तो माइनस ही खुलेगा और ये माइनस क्वेश्चन का है, और ये कैसे खुलेगा प्लस प्लस एक्स प्लस 1। तो आप आ गए इंटरवल कौन से में, x इज ग्रेटर देन -1 बट लेस देन 0। तो आपका फंक्शन क्या खुला है, इसको रफ में आप सॉल्व कर लीजिए, -x -1, दिस इज -2x -1, दिस इज -2x -1। ओके जी, अब आप आ गए हैं कहाँ पर, थर्ड इंटरवल में। अब थर्ड इंटरवल में आप देखिए, थर्ड इंटरवल में यू आर टू द राइट साइड ऑफ बोथ ऑफ दीज, इन दोनों के राइट में है आप, इन दोनों के राइट में, यानी दोनों ही पॉजिटिव खुलेंगे। तो आप इसमें अप्लाई कीजिए, ये भी पॉजिटिव खुलेगा x माइनस, और ये भी पॉजिटिव ही खुलेगा, पॉजिटिव x प्लस 1। तो ये अगर आप इसको सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं तो x माइनस एक्स माइनस 1, तो ये आ गया -1। कब आया -1, व्हेन x इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0, 0 से ग्रेटर इस इंटरवल में। अब हमें इसकी पॉइंट ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी चेक करनी है। पॉइंट ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी एज आई टोल्ड यू अर्लियर ऑल्सो, क्योंकि अब हमने वैसे अगर हम इसको फाइनली देखें -1 है, ये 0 है, तो -1 पर भी 1 है, इधर भी 1 है, और इधर -2x -1 है, ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0 पर -1 है, और इधर भी -1 है। तो वैसे तो ये फंक्शन इन इंटरवल्स में कॉन्टिन्यूस होगा, क्योंकि ये 1 है, एक कांस्टेंट फंक्शन है, और यहाँ पर इस इंटरवल में ये है पॉलिनोमियल फंक्शन जो कि कॉन्टिन्यूस होता है, इस इंटरवल में ये एक कांस्टेंट फंक्शन है, कॉन्टिन्यूस होगा। तो जब भी पॉइंट ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी चेक करना है तो हमें चेक करना है इसके क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स पर, क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स पर हमें इसकी डिसकंटिन्यूटी चेक करनी है हमेशा। तो आप ये देखिए कि -1, f ऑफ -1 क्या आ रहा है आपका, 1 आ रहा है, f ऑफ -1 कितना है, 1। अब इसका लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट डायरेक्टली दिया हुआ है 1 है। अब आ जाइए राइट हैंड लिमिट सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, तो दैट इज लिमिट x टेंड्स टू किसका राइट, इस -1 का राइट, तो प्लस h करेंगे ना, तो -1 का राइट, -1 प्लस हमने लिखा कि हमने इसमें कुछ ऐड करना है, क्या ऐड करना है, h विच इज टेंडिंग टू 0, -2 x का स्पेस छोड़ दीजिए, -1, और यहाँ पर क्या लिखेंगे, -1 प्लस h। अब h की वैल्यू पुट कर दीजिए आप, तो h की वैल्यू पुट करेंगे तो ये क्या है, 0 -2 -1 प्लस 0 -1, दिस इज +2 -1 दैट इज 1। तो हमने क्या देखा, लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट, राइट हैंड लिमिट, लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट, राइट हैंड लिमिट एंड f of 0 are same, therefore function is continuous at x is equal to -1। अब इसके बाद आपने इसकी कॉन्टिन्यूटी कहाँ चेक करनी है, 0 पर, फिर आप f of 0 पर चेक कीजिए, f of 0 पर कितना आंसर है, -1 है। राइट हैंड लिमिट हमें ऑलरेडी गिवन है, दैट इज ऑल्सो -1। फिर लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट पर आ जाइए, लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट x टेंड्स टू किसका लेफ्ट, 0 का लेफ्ट है, तो 0 माइनस fx इज इक्वल टू लिमिट h टेंड्स टू 0, व्हाट इज द फंक्शन, -2x, x का स्पेस छोड़ दीजिए, देन -1। अब x की जगह हम क्या लिखेंगे, 0 माइनस h, पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ h, इट विल बिकम -1। तो ये भी -1, ये भी -1, ये भी -1। लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट इज इक्वल टू राइट हैंड लिमिट इज इक्वल टू f of 0, therefore function is continuous at 0, therefore function is continuous at x is equal to 0 also। तो हमने क्या देखा, function is continuous at x is equal to -1 also, and function is continuous at x is equal to 0 also, therefore we can say function is continuous for all real numbers, there is no point of discontinuity in this question. So with this question, with the end of this question, this exercise is also over, it's also done. From next lecture I am going to start your derivatives.